Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for another video. It's Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, 6 a.m. and we are out here bright and early at the shop because we're doing some neon things. For most of you that have been following the post, I bought this neon that you know about last week. For those of you that don't, it's a 2000 Plymouth Neon EX that we purchased through an estate sale. This is a 30,000 mile Plymouth Neon base model EX, automatic, but super clean. It's lived in Connecticut its whole life, so it started out at Stevens Ford, Dodge, Lincoln back in 2000 when the original owner, her name was Christina, 96 years old, bought this thing and was a daily driver for the last 25 years. It was a little bit sunburned, so everything else was clean, so we just figured we'd get this thing a fresh coat. With expenses and how much it costs to do things these days, especially with full paint jobs and stuff like that, this isn't going to be like a crazy restoration, disassembly and painting, all that stuff. Now we're doing this one on a budget, and when I say budget, don't come for me in the comments, okay? This is a shit box. Nobody out here is driving around Dodge Neons anymore, and if you see one that looks like this when it's all done, show some respect. And before anybody asks, please don't ask me about doing these jobs, why I didn't do this or why I didn't do that. We work on a tight budget when it comes to these cars, and at some point I am going to give this car away. I did just register it, so it's all registered to me. It's in my name. It's got classic plates. But where are we going with this? We're at the shop now this morning to partake in the respray and the rejuvenation of the Purple Power Neon. This isn't your average spray job. For this specific car, I didn't want to go too cheap, but I also couldn't afford to bury myself in totally disassembling the car and then chasing down parts that are discontinued now, like belt moldings and door moldings and all that stuff. I did buy good material, got good base coat, got good clear coat. What we're doing is we're just basically a scuff and shoot job just to keep this thing on the road, keep it looking fresh. Like I said, the paint was very sunburned before. It had a lot of clear coat issue on the roof, the hood, the tops of the doors, all that stuff. So now it's going to be all fresh, back in OEM, PMT, deep cranberry, purple pearl. Again, this is not your average professional paint job. We have professional grade material, we have a professional painter, but for the lack of budget for this specific car and to bring it back to life, we had to do things a certain way. So that's why nothing's being taken apart. So this is a scuff and shoot job, straight up. Mask the windows, mask the jams, mask the lights, everything, scuff, shoot, done. I did find OEM Plymouth emblems and an OEM neon emblem for the trunk. So those are on the way. So once this is all done, we'll get the emblems laid on it and we're done. Just a little insight on how we're doing things now. So before you guys start talking shit on here saying, oh, you didn't take out the door handles, you didn't take off the belt moldings. Okay, dude. Well, listen, if you want to go and jump in and you want to go and do all that stuff too, and you want to take the extra time, because there's levels to paint jobs. And right now, to do a paint job professionally, pulling all the glass, pulling and replacing moldings that break and all the clips and all that shit, you're looking at $10,000 plus. So this fits this car perfectly. And I know that myself and most of you included are going to think that this job looks really good when it's all done anyways. Let's go run inside now. Carlos is in there, and let's go jump in and we'll get some footage at this paint job, because I cannot wait to see this purple light on the car. that's gonna do it for this video, guys. As you can see, the neon is fully painted now. Clear coat is looking wet, and that's it. The job here is done. Quick budget spray job, scuff, shoot, send it. We're done. Now we just wait for these OEM emblems to show up. Get our nice Plymouth emblems back on the door and on the trunk lid. I'm thinking next weekend, probably. I'm gonna go out and take a Sunday cruise with Bruce. Go out, grab some coffee, and do a walk around in the car and show you guys a little more in depth on what this thing is all about. This is kind of the first time, this is the first time that I've painted a car like this before. Usually when I used to do the Save the Neons Foundation, we used to pull them all apart. You know, you take off all the bumpers, the lights, all the moldings, and at that point, all those parts were replaceable and you were able to get them, and I was working with a different budget when it came to those cars. So another thing that I just did to add to the touch of nostalgia for this old cream puff was I went yesterday and I laminated the OEM window sticker from the dealer. So this thing's gonna be plastered up in the back window. There's no tints on this car, so we're just gonna double side tape this thing in and put her back on the showroom floor. Why don't you? See if we can go run by Dodge and go take a couple pics of it on the lot. Throw a sepia filter on it, make it look like it's dated back to 2000. Just want to show you guys a quick rundown on the spray job, budget spray job, and that's it for this update. So appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.